U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, has said that the U.S. is pushing for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, including the release of hostages, in an effort to reduce tensions and prevent a broader regional conflict.
The United States' overall goal remains to turn the temperature down in the region, deter and defend against any future attacks, and avoid regional conflict. That starts with finalizing a deal for an immediate ceasefire with hostage release in Gaza. We need to get this over the finish line. Again, we urge every member of this council to say clearly and unequivocally that it is time to finalize and implement this agreement.
And joining me from Tel Aviv is my colleague Sarah Coates. Sarah, Israel has issued one of the largest evacuation orders for Khan Yunis since October. What more can you tell us about the situation in Gaza and the West Bank?
Hello there, Ramesh. Well, this is, of course, coming after that incident you spoke about yesterday. A number of rockets fired toward Tel Aviv yesterday. One of these did not clear that border fence. The other one landing in the sea just behind me. Long-range rockets, they were claimed by Hamas, and according to the Israeli military, they were actually fired from a place in Khan Yunis, which has now been evacuated. Now, according to the Israeli military, forces have killed a number of Hamas fighters over the past 24 hours, also destroyed infrastructure in southern and central Gaza, including sniper posts and rocket launching sites. So still a lot of military activity going on in many parts of the Gaza Strip, with people told to move to these so-called humanitarian areas like Al-Mawasi, although they say there's really not enough room for the sheer amount of people in these evacuation areas. Now, separately, in the West Bank, raids are ongoing now in the northern part of the West Bank. We do understand there have been clashes between IDF forces and Palestinian gunmen, with a drone strike killing at least 5 people. That is according to Palestinian sources. So certainly fighting happening not just in the Gaza Strip, not just in the West Bank, but we also do need to remember that rockets continue to be launched from southern Lebanon into Israeli territory, with the Israeli forces then hitting sites in southern Lebanon, which they say belong to Hezbollah.
Sarah, do you have an update for us on the Gaza ceasefire talks scheduled for Thursday?
Ramesh, we do understand that these talks are set to go ahead, although it does remain unclear at this hour whether a Hamas delegation will in fact attend. This is despite the US State Department coming out to say that Qatar has assured it that it will have a Hamas delegation on hand. But what we do need to remember here is that Hamas has been saying that it only wants to negotiate based on previous talks, not enter into a new round of negotiations. Also saying that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, that he's actually changed conditions, although Netanyahu's office came out late yesterday to say that nothing's been changed, basically that these are just clarifications. Now, there are a number of sticking points that we do need to remember here. One of those is on the restrictions on people returning to the northern part of the Gaza Strip. Another one is which Palestinian prisoners will be released in exchange for Israeli hostages. And then, of course, there is the continued Israeli presence on the Philadelphia corridor and also the Rafah border crossing. So certainly a lot to get through. We do understand, of course, that these key mediators like the Egyptians, the Qataris, they're really trying to push these warring parties to come to a deal amid a lot of fear that if a deal isn't reached, that Iran may actually attack Israel very soon.
Sarah, thank you. Appreciate it.